CTV.
Very good evening, welcome to the City of Manchester Stadium. Still waiting for the two sides to enter this fantastic arena. Rafa Benitez, Sammy Lee amongst the interested spectators in the crowd tonight. Just before the sides come out then, we'll have a look at the two teams, starting as always with Liverpool. And we see in the Liverpool side at number 7, Medi Abalimba, who's a Congolese midfielder, 17 years old, he's 18 next week. He's from Southend United. He was spotted playing for the Sunday League team. Hadley Wood also had a trial at Manchester United last season. He's on a short-term trial at Liverpool, and Rafa's here tonight to have a look at him. Missing from the lineup, the injured Christian Nemeth. Jordi Brouwer unavailable as well, so David Ungo and Danny Pacheco lead the line, and a return up on the left wing for the Dutch boy, Vincent Vale. Now let's have a look at the Manchester City team. And it shows in there they give a debut to a summer signing by Mark Hughes, a 25-year-old Brazilian, Glober Berti. Makes his debut tonight, been injured since the start of the season. He signed from German side FC Nuremberg. Look out too for number 9, David Ball, who scored twice against Liverpool in this fixture when the Reds won 3-2 in a thriller last season. And up front, Daniel Sturridge, who was in the Manchester City side that Liverpool beat to win the FA Youth Cup. And he had a very good game, the number 10 in the second leg. Also scored for the first team this season at this stadium against West Ham United. So it's a great setting for a match, this one. David Fairclough's alongside me.
Yeah, certainly a fantastic setting. The boys could only feel good about playing in the reserves when you get into grounds like this. It will certainly lift everybody. And the way that, well, we know the games of between City and Liverpool are normally great.
There's Rafa, of course, having a chat with his chief scout, Eduardo Macia. Good to see Rafa here tonight with Sammy.
Yeah, I'm sure that will only lift the players. You know, to know that the manager's shown a keen interest always helps.
So the two sides enter the City of Manchester Stadium arena. Stephen Darby captaining the Liverpool side tonight. Manchester City captained by Sam Williamson, also a survivor of that City team that lost to Liverpool in the FA Youth Cup. Gary Ablett was full of praise for Stephen Darby. Is the Mr. Consistency of the reserve team, really, isn't he?
Without a shadow of a doubt, we've said many times before, you know exactly what you're going to get from Stephen Darby. Very committed player, a little bit perhaps underestimated, I would say, because of his light frame. Absolutely no doubt in his quality.
Well, it's the first versus second from last season. Liverpool, of course, a wonderful season, won the Reserve League. Manchester City pipped their neighbours, Manchester United, to finish second place and runners up to Liverpool. And at the moment, after 3 games for them so far, they've played 1 more game than Liverpool in the FA Premier Reserve League North. City currently lie top. There's our new boy on duty tonight, the lad from Southend, the Congolese Medi Abalimba. He's going to play on the right side of midfield, just getting a congratulatory shake of hands there with Jay Spearing, wishing him all the best for tonight. Match referee David Hanley. Of course, all changed for Manchester City really during the summer. They won the FA Youth Cup last season. A couple of players from that team are in the side tonight, including on the left wing Ben Morris. They're currently now in charge by Glyn Hodges, who replaced Ian Miller in the summer. Glyn Hodges, of course, who managed Blackburn Rovers last year against Liverpool. But City like to play football like Liverpool. Scoring the 2 captains there, the referee pulled the toss before the game. But City, results so far, they started off with a 3-2 win over Wigan Athletic, then they lost 1-0 at Everton before they beat Hull 4-1 away from home to go top of the FA Premier Reserve League North. So after that disappointing match against Sunderland, David, real good chance for the Gary Ablett's young boys to bounce back tonight.
Yeah, you have to adapt to the conditions. The conditions weren't perfect at Sunderland. Tonight you could have no better incentive to go out there and enjoy yourself. They've had a couple of good wins in friendlies over the last week, the reserve, so they're sort of back in form perhaps.
Well, on Sunday it was Dirk Kuyt breaking City's hearts and sending Liverpool fans into ecstasy. Well, tonight the reserve clash here was meant to be played at the stadium adjacent to here, which is the Regional Athletic Sports Stadium, but they had a bit of a squash tournament going on the complex next to it, and then it was moved to here because they said the pitch is in a good condition, which it certainly is. It's like a carpet out there, so certainly good for the likes of the young boys to try and play some football on it, and that's what we'll see tonight for the football purists City like to play a good passing game, like Liverpool, as Gary Ablett says. We at Liverpool know no other way.
Certainly the ball will be zipping around the turf now that the rain has sort of picked up a little bit, but pitch, as you say, is absolutely perfect.
Vale, good run here by David Ungo. Support now from Emiliano Insua. Jay Spearing. Blocked in the end. Now Paul Marshall, who skippered Manchester City in that youth team that lost to Liverpool. Liam Logan finds Vladimir Weiss. Liverpool win it back now with Ungo. Good advantage, Spearing. Now a first touch for Medi Abalimba. Insua. Pacheco, flag stays down. And now Abalimba, real chance to make an instant impact. Caught in two minds whether to shoot or try and take on the extra man.
I don't think he was really comfortable. The ball fell on his left foot, trying to get it onto his right.
Ben Morris, who started City's winning Youth Cup team last season when they beat Chelsea over two legs. Oh, a good bit of skill here by Vladimir Weiss. It was past Insua. Weiss, well handled by Peter Galaxy. Vladimir Weiss, a Slovakian under-21 international, still only 18, was involved with the first team during pre-season. Played a big win in the Youth Cup win last year.
Good work by him down the right-hand side. Cross wasn't quite as good as maybe he would have wanted, but early signs that he will be a danger.
Peter Galaxy getting a chancing goal tonight. Dean Bazanis, of course, had a great game against Sunderland in the last league game out. Gary Ablett's second string. Gary said he's going to rotate the goalkeepers. Galaxy, who signed the full-time professional contract with Liverpool after a successful 12-month loan spell during the summer. Because Manchester City's reserve team, they actually have play in two leagues because of the lack of games compared to what it used to be in David Fairclough's day when he played for Liverpool Reserves. He used to have about 42 games a season. He only played 20 games a season now, but because City are involved in another league, playing against the likes of Tranmere Rovers and Preston, they end up playing 38 games over a league season. Here's Weiss again causing problems. There's Damien Placis. A new mean haircut tonight. Shaved a lot of his hair off. Damien Placis, new look. There's David Ungo winning a free kick for Liverpool. Vincent Vale, brought to the club from AZ Alkmaar in the summer. San Jose. Abalimba, crunching tackle on him by Ball. And now Sturridge, good run here made through midfield, but Insua was covering against Angelos Shakalis. Shakalis is a teenage Cypriot midfielder, also played a major part during City's Youth Cup victory over Chelsea last season, but we all know about Ball, he was a handful last year. Very
lively, certainly has an eye for a goal. Only 3 days before the game last year, he scored two against the under-18s as well, so clearly a goal scorer. And one or two of the City people were telling me that he is certainly one to watch.
Lively opening so far though, already had a chance for the Liverpool trialist, Medi Abalimba. Weiss. Good challenge by Insua. Placis, Spearing, called for it, got it. Pacheco trying to get away from City's Brazilian Bertie. Stephen Darby. Spearing. Damien Placis. Good running here by Ungo. Vale. Spearing's taken up a good position in the middle. Placis. It's nice. Vale. I saw him on his debut, Vincent Vale, up at Middlesbrough, and he did pretty well.
He did, looks very strong on his left-hand side there, just letting himself down a little bit with his control, a little bit slack perhaps.
Scored a belter with a volley against Chelsea in a friendly win at the Academy. Here's Insua. Good run here by the Argentine. In the end, he caught Weiss.
Very fortunate here. Hard to see what he did wrong getting Sear, really. Maybe the defender went to ground, just made the decision easy for the referee.
I was going to say, Dave, I mean, talk about the City entering 2 reserve leagues. What do you think about that? I mean, obviously Liverpool have got a massive squad. Would that be beneficial to Liverpool if you could get young lads playing 38 games a season?
City actually, like ourselves, have a big squad, so they say they do effectively have 2 teams, so they're able to use the other group and make sure that everybody gets a game. Certainly, the problems of having a big squad means that sometimes lads aren't playing for weeks on end, which isn't a healthy situation to be in.
City corner, and Morris and Vladimir Weiss over this. Morris with the cross, dangerous. It was a great block there by Martin Kelly to stop City scoring.
It was a great delivery by Weiss. Ball just falling in between San Jose and Insua. Ball getting up. He's a little bit unfortunate, perhaps. Probably thought that he should have done better when he looks back. In the end, San Jose able to just get in the way of it. No, Martin Kelly rather.
Vladimir Weiss, the Slovakian under-21 international, to curl this corner in again for the home side. Marshall's come for the short one. Good call by Galaxy. Took it at the second attempt. Jay Spearing. Manchester City were actually the first team that Gary Ablett played against while in charge of Liverpool Reserves, and City won 1-0 to spoil the party that day, winning 1-0 up at Wrexham. But last season Liverpool beat City home and away 2-1 up at Wrexham towards the end of last season when we played there, and 3-2 in a 5-goal thriller here last season. But Jordi Brouwer scoring a very late winner in that. It was a cracking game. Nemeth got 2 in his debut. Shame about Nemeth, though. You know, he's still on the injured list. Yeah,
it must be frustrating for him, really, not getting the season going. And the fact that Rafa does show that he is going to give lads go in the Carling Cup, that will be an added frustration.
There's Glyn Hodges, was the Welsh international. Good friend of Mark Hughes, was with him at Blackburn, then Hughes brought him with him here to City. Remember Glyn Hodges in his Wimbledon days playing for Dave Harry Bassett's team. Now Placis. Vale and Shua making a great run for the 17-year-old. Still Vincent Vale. Good challenge back by Shalem Logan. Had a lot of experience, had loan spells at Grimsby, Scunthorpe and Stockport. Now Morris, young 17-year-old. Good defending by Derby. And there's Kelly.
Vale perhaps just getting caught in 2 minds, didn't make his mind up nearly as quick as he should have done. Just helped the ball on to Insua. He made a great run down the left-hand side, and in the end Liverpool were exposed.
Morris, little 1-2 with Williamson. Sturridge. Defending by San Jose. But City get a corner.
Again, Liverpool not as sharp as you would like to see. Getting caught with the ball there. Abalimba really was the first guilty one and puts his defence under pressure.
Vladimir Weiss to take the corner. Marshall's gone over for the short one again. Found Williamson here. Towards ball. Good punch by Galaxy. There's Abalimba. Williamson. Weiss taking on Derby. Good skill by the Slovakian. Look at the space here. Ben Mee had a lot of space then, but Galaxy held on well.
It was good work by Weiss. Two centre-backs guilty perhaps of just laying off too much as the ball's played into that space. Plenty of room for Mee to get a shot away. Thankfully it was straight at the keeper.
Well, since that defeat at Sunderland, Ablett's men have been played a series of friendlies. They beat Chelsea 2-0, very impressive performance that was. And then they beat Port Vale 4-1 when Danny Pacheco was in magnificent form. Jay Spearing scored a belting goal against Vale. The reason they've got to play these friendly games is, like we were saying before, City have got 2 reserve teams, so these young lads can get the experience of playing regular football, and because the reserve league is not as big as it used to be, Gary Ablett has to go around asking other teams to play friendly matches just to keep his players sharp.
Yeah, and friendly games maybe aren't the best games to really keep it going. Okay, it's a bit of action, but it's really not that competitive.
On go. Fail. Beaten to it by Logan. Played a couple of games for the first team in the Carling Cup under Sven-Göran Eriksson last year. And Logan doing well to win a throw or a free kick, and Shua penalised.
Well, the referee saw it one way, the linesman saw it the other. I think Medi-Avi was the first guilty one. But, the referee pulls it back for the first initial challenge.
Vincent, get in there!
Gary Ablett probably here and there shouting to Vincent Vale.
Danny, get across.
And Marshall.
Hold it, Marshall, put him where he should fucking go.
Abalimba and Pacheco, probably the smallest wall ever. Here's an opportunity. Oh, it's got in. At the back post. Is it the right back Logan who's got it?
Sturridge, I think.
Or Sturridge. City take the lead. Sturridge from on the line. And Gary Ablett sensed the danger from that free kick.
Well, the delivery was absolutely perfect by Marshall. Lots of City bodies in there, and maybe they'll feel as if they might have done best off the headed opportunity. I think it's Ball who never really makes that good a contact on it, but in the end, when the ball falls to Sturridge at the far post, unmarked, he had the easiest of jobs.
Well, on his last appearance at the City of Manchester Stadium, he scored for the first team against West Ham. Dan Sturridge. Obviously played very well in that FA Youth Cup match against Liverpool. And he's got the opener for City today. Pacheco. Haven't seen much of young Danny Pacheco so far. Insure. On go. Abalimba. Abalimba does really well, but on go. Even offside.
Well, the decision was correct. Abalimba really maybe should have taken it himself. Haven't seen him go run offside. There's the opportunity for him to go down the right-hand side himself. City probably on the balance of the play so far deserved the lead. I think they've been a little bit more dangerous. They've had 1 or 2 opportunities as well, causing Liverpool a number of problems.
Hogan. Pacheco. There was somewhat of a vulnerability, wasn't it, about that in the air there when that free kick was delivered.
Well, the cross was exceptional, but the fact that 4 City bodies then were able to get on the other side of the Liverpool back line is not good. And Liverpool probably were a little bit fortunate that Ball didn't make a better contact with the initial header, but having sort of missed that opportunity, City then were able to get 2 more attempts before Liverpool really woke up, and the ball was in the back of the net then.
Of course, Liverpool Reserves next game after this. next Tuesday night, the mini derby against Everton. First game at the Halliwell Jones in Warrington this season. Now City get a free kick. Sturridge again causing problems.
A bit reckless and just has to get tight into Sturridge. Doesn't have to commit himself.
There's a booking here, isn't it, here, Dave, for Mikel San Jose?
See, he's come right through him, and you know, probably a little bit harsh by the referee, but I can understand also why the referee maybe is just trying to tighten down on one or two things.
And Sturridge and Marshall are over this. Put a good shot on him, Paul Marshall. But will Sturridge fancy something special? Oh, it nearly did as well. What an effort that was.
Great effort by Sturridge. As Galaxy really flying across his goal, just clips the top of the crossbar.
I just saw Gary Ablett there saying to the ref, he says, never mind a booking, ref. He said that wasn't even a foul by Mikel San Jose. So Gary not happy at all about that decision. But nearly saw City go 2-0 up.
I thought it was a foul myself, but you can see why coaches get a little bit frustrated in the heat of the battle.
There's another look, San Jose.
Maybe does touch the ball. I don't think you could tackle from behind. I'm sure it's still illegal just to come in from the back there. Coming from the side.
San Jose turning Sturridge. Got to be careful because the number 10 still after him. Vale. San Jose again. Placis. Nicely played. Derby. Damien Placis again. On go. Pacheco. On go. Spearing. Looking for Abalimba. Now ball.
A little bit better by Liverpool going forward. Just think they're a little bit short of width on the right-hand side, though. Abalimba is a little bit too keen to come inside, and he narrows play a little bit. That time he did eventually move out. It was unfortunate the ball hit the back of his heel, but Liverpool just need to stretch City a little bit more, I would say.
Nice to see on the bench tonight, Francisco Girán, a young Spaniard, signed by Rafa Benitez from Malaga in January 2007. Suffered 2 cruciate knee ligament injuries, made his comeback against Chelsea and Port Vale in the friendlies. Gary Ablett said his character is absolutely amazing, and it's nice that he's on the bench tonight. Rafa Benitez there in the crowd tonight. Liverpool trailing though 1-0 so far. Still a long way to go though. Spearing. Abalimba.
It's not easy for a young lad to come on trial and immediately get into the style of play. He's lively enough and he's keen. Positional wise, I think he's just a little bit too keen to get in amongst the action.
Placis looking for on go. Of course, 18 years of age next week. Abalimba, spotted by Southend, playing for a Sunday League team in London, Hadley Wood. So he's gone all the way from Hadley Wood to going on trial at Man United and now Liverpool.
That's an encouragement to all young lads out there who have aspirations of playing football, that you can still be found in football at sort of, you know, the 16s, 17s. You don't have to be attached to academies at such an early age.
Just a bit too much that pass from Abalimba for Jay Spearing, and now City have it back with Vladimir Weiss. And Shua did well, good strength. Spearing in a good position here. Ensure. Vale. Just Gary Ablett down there, Dave, saying, got microphone caught it up, asking Emiliano Ensure to get Vincent Vale into the game more.
Well, yeah, and also to be crisper with his passing that ball into Spearing, whilst it was in the right direction, didn't have enough weight on it, and Liverpool just probably guilty maybe of not being as crisp as as we've seen them before with their passing.
Spearing now finds Vale, chance to take on Logan. Can he get at it? He's done well. Well covered by Bertie in the end. Still Vale. That was better.
Yeah, much better.
He's got a chance again here, Vincent Vale, but didn't spot Vice as quickly on him.
It'll be a test for Vale against Logan, who's a strong type of fullback. But Vale there showing he can get the ball in early.
Spearing, Pacheco. Slipped at the vital moment, Danny Pacheco. It looked a promising opening there when Spearing and Pacheco combined. Rice. Certainly you feel that if Gary Ablett's side are to get back in this game, then it needs something special for Pacheco to make that happen.
Well, they could do it dominating a little bit more, maybe. Just sort of having a little bit more possession and just sort of stretching City a little bit more. Certainly Spearing hampered on his way forward.
Lacis. Ensure. Go. Lacis. Fail. He's done well that time against Logan. Ungo, can he hold it up?
Just didn't glance up, David, and go. Spearing was just calling for it, but Morris had tracked back in there, closed things down.
Of course, he made fans looking at the action in pre-season sit up and notice, didn't he, David Ungo? He scored brilliant goals against Rangers and Vålerenga. Still only a young boy, though. Here he is again. There's Logan, who Vincent Vale's up against, as I say. On spells with 3 clubs. Got league experience, played for the first team. Abalimba. Here comes City again. Sturridge has made a run. The City goal scorer. Vice for the space he's got here. And Kelly knocked it behind for a corner.
Thankfully he did. I don't think it was the most convincing shot by Vice. It's a very direct type, but I think having got in there, you like to see your winger a little bit more dangerous, a bit more effective. That ball is sort of probably going right across because there was no City player who was going to get on the end of it, but Martin Kelly wasn't to know that, and he had to make some sort of clearance.
Certainly Vice is going to take the corner here, certainly causing Ensure 1 or 2 problems down that right wing. Away by Derby. Because he'd be one of those trying to impress the watching Rafa again, won't he, Ensure? I mean, got his first team chance after a great season with the reserves towards the end of last season, but apart from the match against Crewe, he's become a bit of a forgotten man in many ways.
That's right. I mean, he did well in a couple of games at the back end of last season.
No tackless.
But going back to Ensure, just falling out of favour, just falling behind Aurelio and Senna now, so just to up his game and just show Rafa that he has a future at Anfield.
Ungo. Laura Berberti, former Nuremberg player. Stephen Darby. Darby again. Now Placis. Insure. Vale. That was nice from Vincent Vale. And a bad ball in too. Bertie was there.
Good play. Confident enough to have a go at Logan. Reasonable ball in as well.
David Ball.
Just looking at Jay Spearing in the centre of the field there. He's really frustrated at the moment. He's chasing things down, but seems to be a little bit outnumbered at times. On one or two occasions when he's called for the ball as well, it's not going into him, and he's not a happy bunny at the moment.
Made some good runs, hasn't he? Just hasn't got the ball.
Well, you know he's keen enough. He always wants the ball. Sometimes maybe the ball's not going to always come your way, but he just looks a little bit frustrated at the moment. He needs to just regroup, settle down.
Spearing. That's a good ball. David Ungo, here's an opportunity. Oh, clipped the woodwork. As close as Liverpool have come. First shot at goal. Spearing, great ball. Unlucky Ungo.
Well, about as incisive as we've been. Great pass by Jay Spearing. It's a tough angle for David Ungo to score from. It's a fair crack. I'm sure perhaps the goalkeeper had it covered. In the end, it's missed by a couple of feet, but a little bit brighter.
Young Bolton lad, Martin Kelly. That time the pass wasn't great for Placis. Sturridge. Galaxi's got that covered.
Good covering by Darby. Good position that he took up. Didn't allow much space for Ball to get onto that one. Derby being hanging out further wide, there was an opportunity. So that's one of Derby's strong points, his positioning.
It's nice as well for Galaxy, wasn't it, when he was on the bench against Crewe Alexandra in the Carling Cup at Anfield?
Yeah, certainly it gives everybody a boost, don't they, when they're involved in the first team squad. But signing a new contract, getting on the bench.
Good tackle by Insure. Spearing. Now on go. But Bertie, experienced 25-year-old Brazilian. But here's Vincent Vale. And now Pacheco. Insure under pressure. Pacheco did really well to keep that in play then. Vincent Vale.
Short of options as he made his way in field. Well, had to rethink the situation out again. Seemed to have only one thing in his mind, to get the ball out to the right-hand side. It was never really on.
Now Sturridge. Oh, Insure, another slice. Vale, that's a better ball. Abalimba. Spearing. Looking for Ungo. Well read by Williamson. Made one first-team appearance last season and a 3-1 win over Portsmouth. Sam Williamson. Placis. Vale. Spearing. Pacheco trying to get away from me. Wanted a free kick, didn't get it.
Needed to be stronger there, Pacheco. The opportunity was on. The ball's gone in behind me. He was too happy to go to ground too easily, I think.
City get the decision. Nice to have got the mini derby though next week, first game of the new season at home.
Yeah.
The Hallowell Jones.
Well, we know that all derbies are fiercely contested.
Did the double over them last year, like the first team. A good crowd there as well. There'll be about 10,000 there next week. No Vice. A dangerous run here. Nice dummy by Chaklis. Marshall. Ben Morris, the 17-year-old. A lot of skill. City forced backwards. Pacheco. Nice flick pass by Marshall. Ball's in the middle. There's David Ball. Morris. Good tackle by Derby. And now Spearing. Ungo sets off. Is onside.
Good ball by Jay Spearing. David Ungo guilty of taking it the wrong way. Needed to take it in his stride and go down the left channel. Opportunity was there.
Insure. Sturridge. Nice dummy on San Jose. Sturridge. Plenty of power.
Well, had he looked up to his left-hand side, Morris was in a great position. Just roll it out into to the left. He was in acres of space. Liverpool let off the hook there, I think.
So it's a good experience, though, isn't it, for the young lads on show at both sides tonight, playing at a ground like this, the City of Manchester Stadium. It's just a pity we don't play any reserve games at Anfield anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I think you get a better quality of game when you're playing on good pitches, and certainly in the main stadiums.
Like when yourself, Dave. John Dernan, obviously a great goal scorer in the reserves. When Dave Johnson had a spell in the reserves as well, you always played at Anfield.
Yeah, that's right. And in those days, there was no thought of taking the fixture elsewhere. These days, I think the thing they can do with surfaces and repair grass, and that, you think that perhaps they could squeeze the reserve team games on the main pitches, but overprotective of the main stadiums these days.
Ungo chasing. The Liverpool Reserves this season were to emulate what they did last year by winning the league again. Well, the national playoff final wouldn't be at Anfield because this year it's a role reversal. It's at the home of the Southern champions this year. At the moment, Aston Villa and Chelsea are top of the Southern section. Now Derby.
Well, that's a foul. If the San Jose one is a foul, then that certainly is every bit as bad by Williamson. Goes right the way through Abalimba.
Placis. Pacheco. One minute of stoppage time to go at the end of the first half, just a minute. Half that Manchester City are leading 1-0. Could have been 2-0 and the goal scorer Sturridge clipped the woodwork with a brilliant free kick. Liverpool have come close through on go. And in the early stages of the match, I mean, Medi Abalimba, the trialist, had a golden opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I think City have probably had the better of the chances. Certainly, they've had 3 or 4 good breaks into the Liverpool area. Liverpool just hit back on the odd occasion. But at the moment, I think they've had a little bit of a problem really making a headway into the City defence.
So there is the half-time whistle then. So Manchester City, the happier of the two sides so far. Daniel Sturridge, who played against Liverpool in the FA Youth Cup, with the only goal of the game.
Yeah, it's a good ball in from the free kick. Liverpool just a little bit slow to react, I think. Ball should have put it in. Then it falls. There's no real challenge. The overhead kick didn't go really where it was expected to, but Sturridge was lurking and gets an easy tap in.
So Liverpool's best moment of the first half was a chance for David Ungo. It came from an excellent piercing through ball from Jay Spearing to Ungo, and he had a decent opening.
Yeah, I said in commentary, it's probably the most incisive piece of Liverpool play. Great ball by Jay, found Ngo, and don't know whether or not he chose the best option to try and shoot from that type of an angle, and the goalkeeper really had it covered, I think.
So it's all to play for Liverpool in the second half. See if Gary Ablett can inspire his team to come back in the second half in front of the watching Rafa Benitez and Sammy Lee. But the half-time score here, we'll take a short break at the City of Manchester Stadium. It's Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0.
When the pain of a burning sore throat holds you back, take new Strepsils Cool. No other lozenge has this unique formulation with proven medicinal action and an instantly cooling sensation you can feel working deep down. For cooling medicine that goes on working long after the lozenge has gone, try new Strepsils Cool. There's no lozenge like it.
It's vital you're at your best. Don't let heartburn and indigestion hold you back. Reach for Gaviscon Double Action.
It works in 2 ways, and it's our best ever formula to soothe burning pain and neutralize excess acid.
For relief you can really feel. Gaviscon Double Action to the rescue.
They're after you. Get out fast.
When pain strikes, new formula Nurofen Express targets pain twice as fast as standard Nurofen tablets. Go for a fast option. Nurofen Express targets pain twice as fast.
You'll love how much money you can save on your car insurance with LV. You'll love our UK call centres and our no claims discount of up to 75%. Isn't it time you got a little bit more LV in your life? Call one of our lovely people on 0800 680 690 or simply visit lv.com and you could start saving now.
It's been 18 long years, but this time the title might just be coming home. Follow the Reds' quest for glory at home and abroad, right here on LFC TV. Enjoy every minute of the Champions League, Barclays Premier League and Carling Cup campaigns in the match. We'll bring you all the latest news from Melwood and exclusive interviews with Rafa and the players each day on LFC Now. Live coverage of the reserves and our weekly Academy Roundup means you can keep tabs on the stars of tomorrow. You'll also have VIP access to relive the classic moments and matches that made LFC great. You can have your say on the burning issues of the day and interact with Liverpool legends on our phone-in show, This is Anfield. Plus we've got compelling documentaries that bring the unique history of our amazing club to life, and there's loads more Reds-related programming to satisfy even the most fanatical cop-out. It all adds up to a winning lineup for any Liverpool supporter, so stay tuned to LFC TV.
Welcome back to the City of Manchester Stadium. City leading 1-0 courtesy of Daniel Sturridge's first half goal, but he certainly was unlucky not to make it 2-0 with that cracking free kick.
Yeah, he was. Nice free kick. Always had Galaxy stretching for it. Don't think he was going to get anywhere near had it just been under the bar. Did just clip the top, however.
Here it is again, another angle on it.
Yeah, it was. Well, that was probably one of the brighter moments. City posed problems in the first half, and Liverpool took the time to really get into the game. They began to show a little bit more attacking intent as the half wore on, but still not quite enough.
Of the substitutes, just as Manchester City about to make their way out for the second half. Mark Hughes also here tonight, incidentally, as well as Rafa Benitez and Sammy Lee watching this match. Of course, if Gary Ablett decides to make a change, who do you see out the subs have got coming on? Maybe Gerardo Bruna?
Bruna perhaps has the best chance. You know, he was introduced last year in dribs and drabs, so you would expect him to play maybe a bigger part this year. Lots of hopes resting on him. Looks to have developed a little bit as well throughout the summer. Looks a bit of a taller player this year, so probably more suited.
Talked before about the sheer size of the squad. I mentioned in commentary about the players, you know, that we haven't seen playing yet for Liverpool this season, and for the reserves, the likes of Emmanuel Mendy, you know, the Brazilian striker Vita Flora. I mean, the other guys, two guys we've got, Nikola Saric, the Danish lad of Bosnian heritage, he's out injured. Zolt Poloski, who's on a season-long loan, he's out injured, so not had much chance to see any of those yet. But it's such a massive squad at Gary's disposal, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I'll be honest, I think sometimes it's too many. You wonder whether or not what hopes there are for the younger players to actually get in the side and develop. I can tell you at half-time that Gary Ablett is going to make a change. He's going to bring on Gerardo Bruna, who we were speaking about before. So Bruna is on, and it looks to me as if David Ungo has been replaced at half-time. Indeed it is. So Ungo off, number 9, and on number 12, Danny Pacheco. That's the change that Gary Ablett has made. Referee just having to check before Bruna can come on the field. Certainly inventive player, the young Argentine. Yeah, tricky, you know, not dissimilar to Pacheco in ways, but last season I thought perhaps he was a little bit too lightweight. But like Pacheco, they have developed a little bit more and look a bit stronger this season. So we've got a former Real Madrid man in Bruna and a former Barcelona man in Pacheco leading our attack in the second half. There's Mark Hughes. Here tonight in the stand, sitting quite close to where Rafa Benitez is. Glober Berti, Brazilian. Now Sturridge. Ball has made a run here. Ball playing on the shoulder of Martin Kelly. Was offside, only just. They're bright, Sturridge and Ball. You can see, you know, why they've got good reputations. They're both very, very lively. Both certainly got eye for a goal. Insua. Mikel San Jose. Gerardo Bruna. Looks like Bruno's taking a position up playing just off Pacheco. Likes to play in between the lines, as Rafa likes to call it. Well, in many ways, as a second striker. Yeah, it's a glory position, really. You do get a lot of freedom in those areas. Bruno couldn't quite find his good mate Pacheco then. Perhaps Bruno will give a little bit of invention, something that we were a little bit short of. Saw that incisive pass from Jay Spearing, and that was probably a highlight from our point of view. We have to be a little bit more cutting. Was Nabil El Zahar also missing out tonight? He's on international duty with Morocco. Marshall. Sturridge jumping with Kelly.
few people scratching heads there, that decision, but the linesman made it early.
Damien Placis. San Jose. Good flick on there by Vale. Checo, snap muscled. Spearing's won it back. And Liverpool could be away here. Brunner.
It's naive running by Pacheco. I don't know how he couldn't have worked out that he was offside there the way he was running, but even still, Gerardo Brunner shouldn't have even played the ball into him.
Such a pity that, because Spearing did ever so well to charge his man down, win the ball back, and Liverpool were nearly in a potential goal-scoring situation there.
Good position to make something out of.
Damien Placis. Checo. It's been fouled. It's caught by Marshall. Spearing. Darby making a run for it. That's a nice ball. Now Stephen Darby. And leaning back. A pity.
It was a good ball by Spearing. Willing runner, Stephen Darby, just didn't really wrap his foot round the ball to angle the cross in. But again, I have to say, Liverpool are just making a few inroads now at the moment. They just need to add that little bit of extra ingredient to force the breakthrough.
Spearing. Liverpool getting ready to make a change very soon. Francisco Duran, who we were talking about in the first half, made a return in the friendlies after almost a year on the sidelines after cruciate knee ligament damage, not once but twice. Abalimba did really well. Brunner, here's a chance here for the number 7. Well read by the Norwegian goalkeeper Johansson. Good play though by Medi Abalimba.
Nice play, nice build-up. Just out-muscled by a little bit of experience by Williamson, really. Nice little link with Brunner. Williamson's a solid left back.
Ball at the other end. Well played, Martin Kelly. Shoulder to shoulder. Spearing. Now Darby. Brunner. Pacheco stays. Abalimba. Pacheco wants it inside. Good defending by the experienced Sam Williamson, the City skipper.
I feel that Abalimba's got a little bit more speed than perhaps he sometimes shows. And there I thought he was a little bit casual. I'm saying there that Williamson's a solid defender. That experience undoing Abalimba at the moment.
Here comes the Liverpool sub, and indeed it is the trialist Medi Abalimba. Had around about an hour of action. The trialist from Southend United, he's going off, and nice to see a return for Francisco Duran, player who's had an injury nightmare since Rafa signed him from Malaga in January 2007. Gary Ablett has really praised his character. He can play right side midfield. That's where he's slotting in now. Nice to see him back.
Yeah, it is, and he deserves his break. Having had so many injury problems, it'll be a boost for him to get in there again.
A bit livelier on the second half. Abalimba got into it a bit more.
Yeah, he showed nice touches. As I said earlier on, it's not easy to come into this situation as a trialist and sort of hit the ground running. But he looked lively. I'd say, I think he's probably a little bit faster than he actually showed us there tonight.
Foul throw against Stephen Darby. Don't often see that much nowadays.
It was a poor throw from Stephen Darby. I'm surprised to see him commit that offence.
This is the first real test for Francisco Duran. As I said, he's been playing friendlies, but as you pointed out before, Dave, it's all well and good playing friendlies, but they're not as competitive as, say, this game tonight is.
Yeah, that's right. That little bit of a competitive edge is just missing from friendly games.
Here he is, Francisco Duran.
Very fussy referee. I mean, don't know how much further he's going to have to move that ball, but very little. Not worth the effort, actually.
He was quite excited when I told him before the game, the ref, that this match was live on LFC TV. So I've got to ring the missus.
Give me Satanta subscription.
Pacheco, can he produce a bit of quality here? Precise, stretching the long leg, and it's been penalised.
It was a late challenge, an outstretched leg, more intent than actual damage caused there.
Ensure. Now Ensure throws it towards Gerardo Bruna. Well, they're still pretty rotten.
Perfect night for football, I'll be honest. I think footballers would love this as a rule. No wind at all, just a nice little flow of rain.
The referee's just having a chat with Glyn Hodges. I think he was asking him who is in charge of doing the balls over the far side,
yeah,
the ball boy.
The balls are coming on too quick. I suppose it's a fair shout from the referee, actually. Whether they'll do anything about it, they are going to send somebody around just to...
Feel sorry for the young lad, though, really. But normally they get into trouble for not releasing it quickly enough, don't they?
Yeah, you wonder whether or not, unless the ball goes missing in these big open stands, whether you really need to be throwing the ball on sort of almost immediately.
This is good play here by Vincent Vale. Liverpool win it back. Spearing, battling with Marshall. Pacheco there too. Reminded me of the old days at Anfield, watching the reserves and the young lads that turn up in the deserted grey seats of the famous old Kemlyn Road stand,
yeah,
and
that's right.
Just turn up on the night an hour before kick-off and first come first serve, be a ball boy at Anfield. And Liverpool might score here through Pacheco. Well, the Brazilian showed his experience there, Globo Berti.
Well, for a split second there was an opportunity. Nice little move by Liverpool down the left-hand side. Nice ball in by Plessis, and Pacheco just couldn't get the shot away quick enough.
Here's Pacheco with the corner. Anton Kelly there. Now Francisco Duran. Not a bad attempt.
Unlucky for him. Good ball in by Pacheco, and that challenge by Williamson just denying Martin Kelly. But then the ball falling awkwardly for Bruni. Does well with that rebound. Not that far away.
Duran. It's nice. Stuck in, Francisco Duran. So he came back from that horrific injury. Played a couple of matches last season, but then did the same cruciate knee ligament again. He's been on the sidelines ever since, but it's a testament to his character that he's back now. Spearing with the free kick. Vincent Vale. Jay Spearing and Stephen Darby last week were the guests at the official Liverpool Supporters Club and monthly meeting. And Les Lawson tells me they were both absolutely brilliant, said it was a credit to them. Stayed for a couple of hours, signed all the autographs, were great with the fans, and good on them, good stuff.
I think they're both sort of shy lads off the pitch. I'm sure they were made to feel really welcome. I've done that myself with the international supporters. It's a good night with them.
Now Spearing. Checo, I just think, caught in two minds about what he was going to do there. Looking more lively though, isn't he, in the second half?
Yeah, and Liverpool perhaps are enjoying a little bit more possession in City's half, and that's caused a little bit more sort of anxiety in the back line.
Seems like they got to grips with the midfield battle a bit more now. Plessis and Spearing having a lot of joy in there.
Yeah, seeing much more of the ball. First half, Jackless and Marshall seem to be running the show most of the time.
The ball's back towards Johansson. Kelly did well. Plessis. Here comes City again. Morris. Right in front of his manager, Lynn Hodges there. Logan. Got a lot of pace about him. Look at him go, this fullback here. Great run, good defending. Not for the first time tonight by Stephen Darby.
Made great progress there, Logan, very easily.
There's Durant with well, helping out. Kelly. Now Gerardo Brunas could be in here. It's away. San Jose. Pacheco with a little flick. Bruna. Pacheco wants it back. Now Plessis. Can he give it to Vale or have a go himself?
Well done.
It wasn't a bad dig in the end by Plessis, but I think still the better option was to find Vincent Vale out on the left-hand side. Vale had made a nice little run, and he wasn't really out wide. He was in a reasonable position, very much in touch with the play. Plessis didn't really seem to be aware of his position.
Come on, Fran. Come on, Fran.
Williamson. Spearing did well. Strong. Durant. Pacheco. Now Darby. Spearing wants it back. Now Darby. Now Darby. Francisco Durant. Trying to find an opening here. Darby back at him. Get the better of Marshall. Spearing. Nice pick out. Bruna trying to turn. Oh, it's a good bit of skill here by Weiss. Brilliant ball. Logan, ball unmarked in the centre. That's a let-off.
Well, it is a let-off. Superb play by Weiss. As he made his way down, well, through the centre, he looks up, sees the two forward runners run offside. He pulls up, rethinks the situation. Superb play, great run by Logan, and really they should have done more with it. He's been superb, Weiss. I think right winger's got a lot to offer. Very direct. Showed there that he's got a good brain on him as well to rethink that situation.
Probably will have impressed Mark Hughes. He's got a tough job though. He wants to oust Sean Wright Phillips, who's a very good player.
That's right, after all the money they've just spent on Sean Wright Phillips. But he's still young, Weiss, and tell me, he was very important in that Youth Cup win last year.
Still only 18, bags of potential. Sturridge, still Dan Sturridge. Morris, An excellent cross. Kicking at thin air there. He's got it back. Tackless. Vincent Vale.
Well, as that cross came in, it was just a little touch by San Jose that seemed to take it over the head of David Ball, who was just lurking behind San Jose.
Ben Mee. Jay Spearing. Well, this probably sounds the most obvious pun of the night, Dave, but the next goal is the key.
Yeah, I think Liverpool now have just got to make that breakthrough. You know, they're desperately running out of time, that they're having enough possession, just not able to sort of really force their way through and take advantage of the good position that they're getting into.
If the second goal was to go in, you couldn't really see Liverpool the way it's gone so far tonight, coming back from 2-0 down here.
No, and perhaps we were a little bit fortunate there when Logan put that cross in, whether that was a shot or a cross. I think he was caught in two minds himself.
Sturridge, heavy rain now here at the City of Manchester Stadium. Vice. San Jose did well to stay with him. Trying to find Gerardo Bruna. Liverpool throw.
Well, it was a perfect night a little while ago. Very heavy now, this rain.
Now Morris. On me. Logan. Gary Ablett in a hurry to get the ball. Kicks it to Stephen Darby. For Liverpool to get this throw. Still time for the Reds to do what the first team did at the weekend and come back here against Manchester City. Now Duran, Spearing on the run. Oh, San Jose didn't look, straight to Sturridge. Well done, Peter Galaxy.
Well, Sturridge knows he should have done better. Poor mistake by San Jose. As you said, Steve, not aware that Sturridge had made the run in behind him. Just a little flick header. It's comfortable from Sturridge. Sturridge doesn't make his mind up quick enough, perhaps. Well saved, Peter Galaxy.
Vice with the corner. The referee spotted something he didn't like going on in the penalty area between Jay Spearing and Angelos Tackless. Not sure whether the Cypriot player can understand Jay's Scouse twang there. Now Williamson with a dangerous looking cross. Galaxy didn't get there, but he did that time against Sturridge.
Great save by Galaxy. Plenty of bodies in there. He was really under assault there. As Mee was up there to challenge, Morris was in there.
Great play by Pacheco. Needs some help. Vincent Vale. Gerardo Bruna. Liverpool have got players up in support here. Vale. Bruna. It's a corner.
A little bit slow to look up and play a more incisive pass. Just getting bogged down on one or two occasions, Liverpool.
Duran with the corner for Liverpool. Spearing was in there. Now Bruna. Placis. Spearing, can he turn? Yes. Vale on his left foot. Ball. City trying to break now with the pace and power of Sturridge. There's the danger man, Vladimir Weiss. Goes past San Jose. Take it on Insua. Still Weiss. Marshall. Great block by Spearing, threw himself at that. With anything, this rain is like a monsoon here at the moment at the City of Manchester Stadium. Reminds me a bit watching the Euros in the summer, a game when Switzerland were involved in.
Tremendous downpour now. No wind to speak of. The rain's just coming down in sort of straight lines. Quite dramatic, really. It's a fantastic setting.
Morris. Spearing. Placis. Vincent Vale. Insua trying to get there.
Good decision by the referee. Poor challenge by Weiss. Pulling Vale back and quite clearly sort of stopped sort of the flow of play. Referee trying to give Liverpool a little bit of an advantage. Didn't materialise.
Placis. Derby. Placis wanted that ball bowled out to him by Galaxy, but instead the goalkeeper uses Insua. The rain slightly easing now. Vale, Placis. Duran. Players up there, but all given away. Derby. Duran. Trying to pick up Pacheco. Now Gerardo Bruna. He produced a bit of magic here. Sweet left foot. Duran with a good challenge. Oh, he's been penalised. A little harsh, maybe.
Slightly late, I think. Ball had clearly gone. Did catch Tiaklis.
Forward by Johansson. It's the head of Spearing. Well, Gary Ablett did the double over Glyn Hodges last season when he was Blackburn manager. Liverpool beat Rovers home and away.
They were tough games against Blackburn last season. Liverpool were tough to beat last year, but you know, when you think back, there were some very hard games for them last year. I think it will be hard to replicate the success of last year, I think.
And of course Liverpool missed players who pounded City last season, the attack of Nemeth and Brouwer.
Probably what's missing really from Liverpool's game is a real attacking presence. You know, we haven't looked as threatening as maybe we should have been doing, I think, given the amount of possession that we've had, particularly in the second half.
It's got a little bit lightweight, that front two of Brunner and Pacheco, isn't it, really?
Yeah, you know, two sort of Spanish boys, and you got Vale, you know, the Dutchman over there, and Duran now coming in, and I mean, it's tough for the, you know, I think you could do with perhaps a little bit more of a, well, certainly somebody a bit taller as well would help, but maybe, you know, nice to see a Brit in there as well.
Tacklis. Williamson. And ball. Williamson. Forward by Galaxy. There's Placis. Emiliano and Schua. Liverpool have got it back. There's still time to find an equaliser here. Brunner. The ball's landed on the roof of the players' tunnel. Schua. Pacheco. And Schua. Got David's man of the match very shortly indeed as well. City on the attack with Sturridge.
Ball was the intended target.
Schua looking for Pacheco, battling away, couldn't pick out Spearing, but Spearing's won it back. Duran, Spearing again, plays in Vincent Vale, chance of a decent ball in here. Derby's up there, well taken by Johansson.
Does well to get his cross in. Again, has had the confidence to take on the defenders, and particularly the experience of Logan hasn't made it easy for Vincent Vale. On occasions he's done very well.
Sturridge chasing, Kelly's with him. It's an offside. And Dave, who's your Liverpool man of the match for tonight?
Tough one tonight perhaps. Goalkeeper's been impressive, done nothing wrong, Peter Galaxy. Two centre-backs probably been as steady as most, but I'm going to go for Jay Spearing. I think there were signs perhaps he was getting a little bit frustrated in the early part of the game, just wasn't seeing enough of the ball, but since he's changed position second half, been in the centre of things. And
well, there's Jay Spearing trying to get through.
But very much in the centre of things. Jay tried to get Liverpool back into the game.
Go on, Jay, go on, Jay.
At the moment, Liverpool Reserves not that long away from crashing to a second straight defeat after that defeat by Sunderland.
The difference has been the strike power, really. I think they've had a little bit more force going forward. Vice was very prominent, very direct, and you've got two real goal scorers in there, Sturridge and Bourne, who've always looked dangerous throughout.
Forward by Galaxy.
Certainly no criticism of the work rate of the of the forwards. Pacheco's worked hard, Brunner's worked hard since he came on. Vale as well, as we said, has done okay. But just we need somebody who can create a little bit more presence, I think, in an attacking sense.
So if you look at City, when Sturridge got the goal, could have had a hat-trick. Spearing, and again Jay Spearing, trying to pick out Vincent Vale. Here's Ensure. Duran. Spearing, picks out Danny Pacheco. Spearing's got it back. Still Dave's man of the match, trying to chase Liverpool forward.
You know what you're going to get from Jay, you know, bags of energy. I don't think he's really found his best form yet this season, but this probably is his most effective game, I would say, tonight.
Stand still! Stand still!
Because he set high standards for himself last season. A great year, didn't he, with the reserves?
No, he was tremendous, and he thoroughly deserved his opportunities in the pre-season games of the first team.
Here's Ensure, 1-2 with Pacheco. I know Gary was very disappointed with the way his team played against Sunderland in the last game, but he'd be happy with the way they've battled tonight. Don't give it up. Worked hard.
Good decision. Sturridge a little bit too eager to get into the Liverpool half. He could have bided his time and still been a threat.
And City have had some experience in their back four tonight. Obviously, they're given the Brazilian centre-back, Loba Berti, who played in the Bundesliga last season, his debut tonight. 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end. Can Liverpool find an equaliser? Spearing, he's done well. Can he shoot? He's annoyed with himself, tackled by Marshall. But here's San Jose. Deep in the City half. That's too much of Pacheco.
Good thrusting run by Jay Spearing, just trying to get the ball onto his right foot. It was there to be hit if he was comfortable with his left, but couldn't get it onto that right foot.
Now Derby, Duran. Still Francisco Duran. Can he thread an opening here? He's trying to get it to Pacheco.
Good little thought by Duran. Could see what he wanted to do, just put it in behind me rather.
Derby, Spearing, making a run. You can see how much it hurts, though, the likes of the young lads like Derby and Spearing. They want to win every game. And this will hurt a lot, losing 2 games on the bounce in the Reserves League. Be one last chance for Liverpool to get the ball forward here. I think this will be the last attack. Emiliano Ensure. Spearing with a flick, Pacheco. Ref's looked at his watch again. So for all the efforts of Jay Spearing, the positive seeing Francisco Duran come on. 1 or 2 nice touches. But it's a second straight defeat in the FA Premier League Reserve North for Gary Ablett's men. Goal from this man, Daniel Sturridge, who played well against Liverpool in the Youth Cup a few years ago in the final. Spearing for all his efforts, David's man of the match. Set up a good chance for David Ungo in the first half when he went close. Francisco Duran, nice to see him on the comeback trail, but Dan Sturridge, who could have ended up with a hat-trick in the end. I mean, Stephen Derby made one miraculous clearance off his own goal line, but it's another defeat, Dave.
Yeah, disappointing. Plenty of effort, just as say, lacked a real attacking force. Didn't make the goalkeeper do enough work. He had 1 or 2 crosses to save. That was all. The odd long shot never really troubled, and that probably is where we fell down. Enough possession, but didn't really hurt Manchester City.
And the Liverpool goalkeeper played well as well. Peter Galaxy made a couple of excellent saves.
He did, yeah. He looks the part, doesn't he? Buzanis, we saw a couple of weeks ago. He looks good. Liverpool very rich in the goalkeeping department, but he can be happy with the way he played tonight.
Obviously missing Nemeth up front and Brouwer as well.
Yeah, somebody maybe who is going to sort of be a bit more of a presence. Pacheco, Bruno are going to be tricky, and they're going to try and look to create things, but I think you just got to have that little bit more of a killer instinct. At the moment they look like they're lacking a little bit of a killer instinct.
So a lot to build on before the mini derby. First game in Warrington, Halliwell Jones Stadium next week.
Yeah, well, certainly for some of the lads who experienced it last year, they know what it's all about now. They're going to have to be on their best game. You know, Everton will want to win as much as we do. Always an entertaining game, exciting type of game. Let's hope to get back on the winning run.
So a disappointing defeat in the end for Gary Ablett's men, their second straight defeat in the league thanks to a goal from Daniel Sturridge. Liverpool persevered, but at the end of the day it wasn't to be. Success again at the City of Manchester Stadium. It finished City 1, Liverpool 0.
Reina will once again get things moving from the back. That's Finnan on the right. Hansen showing all his usual authority at the back there. Gerrard comes through. They've got all the details covered from this match. Rafa Benitez has clearly been doing some homework for this one. Carragher gets involved. There's Dalglish up front as ever. They're asking all sorts of questions now. And Torres! Make sure you're well read and get the official LFC magazine every Tuesday.
Just tired that last few minutes. Even Neil
break
Miller.
through the middle. Harry Kewell's on. Mellor will have a shot.
Yeah!
He's won it!
Oh! Get in!
Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1. Neil Mellor has won it for Liverpool. Incredible save.
Energy-dependent home appliances are part of our modern way of life. But most of the energy they use comes from burning gas, oil and coal, which emit carbon dioxide, CO2, into the atmosphere, changing the planet's climate. We also waste large amounts of energy unnecessarily, which only increases CO2 emissions, affecting the climate even further. We are now producing more CO2 than the world can cope with. We can only tackle climate change if we all act, now, together, by using and wasting less energy and therefore reducing the CO2 emissions we're each responsible for. To find out more about climate change and how to reduce your CO2 footprint, go to direct.gov.uk/ActOnCO2.